thine to make. Wilt thou prove thy subservience and face me? Or wilt thou...
Intriguing. This then is thy will. Our parley is done. We must fulfill our charges. I as the dragon, and thou as the arisen. Climb upon me. We shall depart for our true battlefield.
Thou wishest to dismantle the world's will, just as I do. Yet dost thou know what awaiteth the world, should it meet such a fate? 'Twould become a fleeting, fragile, vacuous thing, bereft of the cycle. Naught would be born into it save chaos, great and terrible. Surviving in such a world would be no simple matter. Shall not change with my death. Shall it change with thine? Consider, listen, how it is thou came to be.
No, stay away.
Pray. Turn back.
Leave now, while you can.
You have strayed, Arisen. And for what? Lest you forget. You have a world where you belong. There you are to fell the great evil in your path and rule the people as their sovereign. For that is who you are. And it is my wish that you should live out that life of purpose. The time has come for you to return. Go. My children shall see you there safely.
Let us go home. Together.
To a world under your rightful rule.
To a world all your own.
This is your will? Then behold, a world unmerciful, bereft with benevolent hands and eyes. find it strange. But this is your world. The world to which you longed to return. Alas, if only you had chosen to become sovereign. At the end of your travails, you could have ruled over these lands in perpetual peace. Yet that world of limitless possibilities has ended. You stand now upon its remains, the vestiges of a world that could have been so much more. Innumerable wills have served to deliver this world from extinction time and time again. You alone have refused to carry out that great purpose. What you see before you is the consequence of your apathy. Behold. As it has failed to be chosen, and as 'twill ne'er be read, this world will soon cease to exist. In the blink of an eye, the sickle of oblivion will reap aught that you have known. I would advise you not to waste these last moments. Explore the remnants of this world while you can. Perhaps, in doing so, you shall come to see the truth. And know the wretchedness of a world unworthy of being chronicled. How shall you fare, I wonder? Will you endure in this world, abandoned and unprotected?
The Arisen comes. Is this meeting also by the dragon's design? Then I bid ye farewell.
chance to do us any good against it.
These teams are only truly defeated when their skulls are smashed beyond repair.
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say. Oh, I'll make them pay for that. In gold as well as blood. What's
Dare I say it? We trounced our foe well and true.
No doubt this triumph will spur us into the next.
What has become of the world? Would that there were someone who could explain this madness.
Come to think of it, did not Ceratheus speak of releasing the world from its bonds in the Seafloor Shrine?
If this is indeed the world unbound, then perhaps we ought to seek out his wisdom. If this is indeed the world unbound, then perhaps we ought to seek out his wisdom.
That was thrilling. I did not know I could feel so alive.
weren't grappled like this.
Feast your eyes on this! Skeletons, Master!
Holy attacks will serve us well here.
Masterfully done.
Let us try for the same result with our next attack. Your pawn is nowhere to be seen, Master. But where would a pawn possibly go, leaving their own master behind?
Perhaps this too is Lord Phases' doing. We ought to go and speak with him at the Forbidden Magic Research Lab.
We seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here?
Shall we walk? Or use a ferry stone? Given the distance we have to cover, I would heartily recommend the latter.
True enough.
You're the Arisen. I am to inform you that Lord... As to whether you heed him...
Slim pickings of late. This is my life. My touch. I'll get by your muscle alone. Over here, if you would.
What has become of the world? Would that there was someone who could explain this madness.
Come to think of it, did not Sir Rathea speak of releasing the world from its bonds in the Seafloor Shrine?
If this is indeed the world unbound, then perhaps we ought to seek out his wisdom.
Oh, what does this say?
A thorough perusal might reveal aught of interest.
Pray, follow me.
Straining myself. It's got to do with
Some of the things I told my troubled mind.
Sure I can handle this. Quite sure. Smothered off for a moment there.
I do not understand. What has befallen our world?
We need answers. Who would seek to end this world, and for what purpose?
Suppose I'm tired. I barely slept. I'm not risking my life for a pittance.
slim pickings of late. Am I losing my touch? Right, for some decent sleep. Or a comfy bedroll.
Little enough time to spend as 'tis.
Ah, arisen. You yet live. I suspected as much, given that your pawn still remains. One might hypothesize that your pawn is sustained by your vital essence. Or perhaps something more. In any case, we ought to apprise one another of the situation. Is there aught you would know? I found the poor creature collapsed by the wayside near Batal. Recognizing your pawn, I decided to take the ailing thing into my custody. I thought it possible that the Arisen's pawn might hold the key to making sense of all this madness. Alas, try what I might, your pawn will not wake. Mayhap you will succeed where I could not. The pawn is, after all, yours to command. Ah, yes. I trust it has not escaped your notice that the end of days is upon us. After you vanished, together with the Red Dragon, the seas rose to swallow the skies. 'Twas perhaps a month from that evil day when a new calamity befell us. A host of dragons descended from the skies and fell upon the land with fang. Luz the Oracle called upon me ere you arrived. As she tells it, Melve and its environs have already fallen prey to the beasts. 'Tis surely only a matter of time before the rest of the kingdom follows suit. Indeed, then I shall take my turn. In your absence, I had hoped your pawn might yield me some information. But as you have returned, I would hear the truth from— Tell me, Arisen, what became of you this past month? So following your plunge into the sea on the dragon's back, some mysterious presence reached out to you. Could that have been the World Forged? Yet why would such a being linger in those fathomless depths? I can only speculate. And speculate I shall. This ought to prove a fruitful avenue of investigation. For that I thank you. Now, if you can find a way to end this interminable slumber, your pawn is, of course, free to rejoin you.
Oh, Master! How long I've slept! Far too long, it seems. But worry not. Now that I am awake, I shall follow wherever you lead.
Whatever our squabbles may have been.
What has become of the world? Would that there were someone who could explain this madness.
Come to think of it, did not Sir Rotheus speak of releasing the world from its bonds in the seafloor shrine?
If this is indeed the world unbound, then perhaps we ought to seek out his wisdom. If this is indeed the world unbound, then perhaps we ought to seek out his wisdom.
So you're here, are you? Now that I think of it, I do seem to recall Lord Phasus lamenting that he be reduced to aiding you. But it matters not. Both he and I are too rushed off our feet to care for such. We seek to devise some means of forestalling these dragons' attacks from above, you see. If you've an interest in helping us fight this battle, perhaps you will join us on Volcanic Island. 'Tis all the same, either way. This world needs no Arisen to save it.